one of the numerous small systems on the borders of the human empire. Thanks to its small significance, it was the peaceful home of million human souls. Except for the frequent visits of black ships and recruitments to the imperial army, there was no indication that humanity is in an endless struggle for survival outside the system. When the huge residential mounds of Artoria too were expanding, the richer caste of the rulers grew deep in petty intrigues and the chase after wealth. Far from the eyes of the Terra administration, corruption and privilege trading flourished. While the crowds of workers were slowly dying every day in the huge industrial conglomerates, their masters were becoming slothful. Imperial forces were scattered, and proudly parading troops were pawns in the political game, not a real planetary defense. The inhabitants of Artoria will pay the highest price for their ignorance when war remembers the corner of the galaxy. However, it is not the short-sightedness of the human race that brings the war, but ancient secrets hidden somewhere in the system. Secrets so old that they escape the annals of the elders from those traveling between the stars. Somewhere among the planets within the system lies buried technology that can change the fate of the galaxy. Some secrets are not to be buried so easily. Shreds of knowledge, distorted rumors, fragments of truth hidden in the legends, fragments of old prophecies were enough for the servants of the Lord of Knowledge to behold the outline of what was hidden from everyone's eyes. The architect of fate has uncovered another fragment of the tapestry of destiny before his children. Whispers in the darkness have begun to move its puppets, and the Lord of Change sets out to fulfill his master's will. Before anyone has noticed, the tentacles of the Black Legion agents tightly wrapped around the entire system. It did not take much for the corruption they brought to root in between the ruling power. Sometimes by threat, but more often flattery and bribery, Abaddon's agents conquered most of the systems without firing even a single shot. The Legion forces initially hidden, then openly searched for the ancient ruins. The spread of corruption, however, did not go unnoticed. The Emperor's loyal servants reported the presence of traitors and widespread cults that, despite fierce pacifications, exploded with unprecedented strength. In response to the call, Raven Guard consolidates Imperial forces to suppress all heresies and bring Imperial peace to the system. Awaiting for the gathering of the fleet, the leaders of the Sons of Korax sent a brigade of the Raven Might as the Imperial vanguard of the forces. The presence of the Black Legion forces and demonic cults did not escape from the sight of other participants of the Great Game. The Lord of Plagues directs his legion into the system. Will the Death Guard support the other servants of the Dark Powers, or jeopardize the plans of the hated Changer of Ways? Whatever happens, the Lord of Decay will have his share in it. Driven by the vague feeling, High Priest Ulfe directs his forces toward the system he has seen in his many visions. The path to this corner of the galaxy, lacking its connection to the spider webway, only worsens his fears. Every thread of destiny he manages to decipher leads to the end of his kind. Is the destruction of all the world ships that he dreams about every night inevitable? Iserian is not used to giving in to the whims of destiny, and he will stop at nothing to prevent the worst. The shift in the balance between the local forces did not elude the hive mind. Until now, the Tyranids have been hiding within the system their presence and their real numbers. Super-consciousness, driven by the goals known only to itself, was waiting in the shadows. Is the swarm aware of the search for the ancient technology, or are its next moves the result of its rapid adaptation to the situation? It will not matter for anyone who will stand in the way of its new bioform created to fight in the system. The Artoria system is to become the stage for the mysterious troop of Harlequins. When it became clear what the servants of the Dark Powers were looking for, the first chords of art resounded. Obedient to their duty to defend the paths leading to the Black Library, Servants of the Lapping God are preparing to attack. Will their swift tactics suffice against the demonic forces, or will they have to seek help from the lesser actors? Violent battles break out in the already divided system. The Green Horde is landing its forces directly on one of the moons of Artoria 5. What power has torn this orcish leader away from the battles fought in the other regions of the cosmos? Is it a coincidence that a new war is waking up here, now? Is it possible that Gork is directing his champion to clash with the best fighters in the area? Or maybe Gork has an idea of how to put the old technology to the orcish use. Right next to the orcish vessels, the pursuit group of the Sons of Pharaoh translocates into the normal space. The combat cruiser, together with its escort, open fire almost immediately after crossing the warp, splitting the chaotic orc fleet. Drop pods and landing crafts leave the launch pads only a few seconds after reaching the system. Ruthless Iron Hands are about to seize the Greenskins' existence. Single, heavily armored battleship, unnoticed by anyone, comes to the system of Artoria, swept by its solar winds. Its crude hull is covered with prayers and mystical seals. The ship's macro cannons come to life, and inside the steel colossus, the host of servants are preparing the Grey Knights for battle. The system, embraced by the chaos grasps, take a deep breath before the imminent storm.